Adab, salam, namaskar. Good evening and welcome to each and everyone over here. Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests and fellow poetry enthusiasts, a very warm and heartfelt welcome to PLG 176 English Special Poetry Session. As you know, PLG conducts program in Hindi, Urdu, and English, and that is in line with our mission statement, PLG, connecting people to literature. There are many of us who do not write in Hindi or Urdu, so we conduct program in English also. Of course, there's a regional program also in which we take all other languages apart from Hindi, Urdu, and English. So basically in PLG over a year, we connect to all the languages. It brings me immense joy to present in front of you the beauty of words, the power of expression, and the enchanting work of poetry, world of poetry, brought to you by 16 distinguished poets this week from all around the world. Tonight, we embark on a journey of emotions, imagination, and thought as we dive into the depth of the poetic realm. Our stage tonight is adorned with an ensemble of talented wordsmiths. Yeah, poets are wordsmiths, whose verses will resonate through our heart and soul. Each poet with their unique voice and perspective will weave tales of love, loss, triumph, and reflection. From the rhythmic verses of the ancient sonnets to the free-flowing stanzas of the contemporary spoken word, we shall witness the diverse tapestry of human expression tonight. But this evening is not just about the poets who grace our stage. It is also about each one of you, the audience who are connected here on YouTube live, to be inspired and moved by the magic of the poetry. Together, we form a community of seekers and believers, united by our shared passion for literature, beauty, and its capacity to touch lives. As we embark on this literary adventure, let us remember that poetry is more than just words on a page. It's a vehicle for empathy, compassion, and understanding. It helps us explore the uncharted territories of our own emotions and offer us glimpses into the experience of others. Tonight, as we listen and reflect, let us celebrate our shared humanity and the diverse perspective that enrich our lives. I extend my sincere gratitude to all the poets who have graced our stage with their creativity and vulnerability, or rather going to grace our stage with their creativity and vulnerability tonight. Your courage to share your innermost thoughts and emotion is truly commendable, and we are honored to have you with us. Before we begin, I encourage you all to open your hearts and minds, for poetry has a way of speaking to us in the most unexpected ways. Let us immerse ourselves in the world of verses and find meaning in seemingly ordinary and extravagantly extraordinary. So without further ado, let us all give a resounding round of applause to welcome our young and talented anchor to the stage. We are certain that her charm and exuberance will light up the night and leave an incredible mark on our heart. Our anchor is Shumela Anam, a 22-year-old young poetess and who is pursuing MBA from JN University. She is an active choral writer and a freelance content writer, with Indian colonial history being her special area of interest. Writing is something that comes to her naturally, and she says that the books are her eternal friend. Her grandparents were also very much connected with literature, and seems literature runs in the gene, through the gene in her family. Dear Shamela, as you take center stage, you know that you have the support and appreciation of everyone here. We eagerly look forward to the delightful moments you will share with us, and we trust that you will lead us through this evening with grace and flair. Once again, a very warm welcome to all our fabulous poets and the anchor Shumela, and let the celebration begin. Thank you all for joining us in this joyful occasion. Let us make tonight a memory to cherish for the years to come, for the episodes to come. Enjoy the show. Over to you, Shumela Anam. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome her with a big round of applause. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Tufel sir, for your kind words. It really made my day. Hello, and a very warm good evening to everyone present here. And a special thank you to my favorite Simi auntie and Tufel sir for believing in me and honoring me with this prestigious opportunity to conduct our event for the day, English Special. Have you ever wondered about our condition if there was no common language like English to share our thoughts and feelings with one another? There are numerous languages in the world. Most countries have a national language, and there are multiple regional languages within a nation. The English language is such a boon in such situations, a great boon, in fact. It serves as a common language, a platform connecting end to end. And oh boy, does it turn out to be a wonderful platform of communication when it gels in the form of poetry. Poetry, no matter if it is spoken or written, it is the most fundamental part of sonic art. We experience the language as an event in itself and not as a disposable container with meaning. With this, I'd like to flag off our event for the day with our first speaker, Dr. Meeta Sharma. Dr. Sharma, are you here with us?
Yes, Shumela, I'm here. Thank you.
Dr. Sharma resides in China, is an editor, a columnist for an international quarterly lifestyle magazine, a freelance writer, blogger, globetrotter, and most importantly, a Hindustani at heart. She is an excellent orator by nature and a poet by passion. Dr. Sharma, please.
Thank you so much, Shumela, for such a warm welcome. Good evening, everyone. I hope I'm audible.
Yes.
All right. So without wasting any more minute, I would straight away go to my poetry, my poem. So the title of my poem tonight is An Ode to the Lost Lover. In realms beyond, where time may steer, our memories will remain forever dear. Though worldly strife drove us apart, my love for you will remain a timeless art. The walks we took on cobblestone, coffee meets and laughter blown, our jokes, discussions, fights that came each moment cherished, not in vain. Through breaks in loving, feeding and caring, fierce battles, singing, writing and daring. We motivated, cheered with heartfelt glee, encouraged each other to set ourselves free. Though time has turned its fleeting page and parted us with worldly rage, know this, my love, forever true, my heart holds only thoughts of you. No matter if we speak or part, your memory etched within my heart. With respect and love, I'll always treasure until my breath takes final measure. In dreams and whispers you will reside, a love so deep it can't subside. No distance can erase that beautiful bond that time and space cannot correspond. Though worldly woes may cloud our way, our souls entwined, they'll never sway. With hope ablaze, we will reunite. With hope ablaze, we will reunite in destiny's dance, shining bright. So, take these words, my love, embrace. So, take these words, my love, embrace the truth of hearts that time cannot erase. In every breath, in every thought, your presence lingers, never forgot. And in my last stanza, I say, in some other realm, we will meet again, our spirits interwoven, love's bond regain. For fate cannot sever what's meant to be. For fate cannot sever what's meant to be. Our love is eternal, my hero, you and me. You and me. Thank you so much.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Very nice, very nice.
Thank you so much.
Excellent poem. And
Indeed,
excellent way of presentation.
Thank you.
indeed, your recitation, Dr. Sharma, will make us fall in love again.
Thank you, Shumela.
The English language has a long and rich history in literature, with countless works of poetry, drama, and prose written in this beautiful and versatile language. From classical poems to modern novels, English literature offers many styles, themes, and perspectives that reflect the complexity and diversity of the human race. One of the greatest attributes of English literature is its ability to evoke vivid images and emotions through the power of language. Different poets used the beauty of nature and the power of imagination to create deeply moving works of romantic poetry. One among them is Shakespeare. With his masterful use of language, he crafted unforgettable characters and stories that continues to resonate with readers today. With this, I shall like to call upon Hardeep Sabharwal as our next speaker. Mr. Sabharwal hails from India. His work has been published in various online and print magazines. In 2014, he won the Yolfa's Best Poetry Competition for his poem HIV Positive. In December 2015, he won second place in Writers' Dover International Poetry Contest for his poem The Refugee's Roots. His work has been also included 2 times in the anthology of stories and poems Circus of Indie Artist US. Indeed, a matter of utmost pride, Mr. Sabharwal. Please, the stage is yours.
Welcome, Hardeep ji. आपका mic mute है. Your mic is mute. Unmute yourself, please.
Good evening, everyone. And
Good evening and welcome to PLG.
I think
You are
we
very
need to
active on the
change
group, but first time we are hearing you, so warm welcome.
Thank
to
you.
Faisal, I think we need to change the pin. I'm still pinned on the screen.
So today I am going to recite a poem, The Refugee's Roots. If you ask me how many houses I have changed till now, if you ask me how many houses I have changed till now, I would not reply. But I can tell you about the comforts and discomforts I felt in each of those houses. About a day of loose motion in a house with no toilet, or a cool summer night story on a rooftop, counting the stars before a cozy sleep, the terrors of snake in a house near fields, the terror of snakes in a house near fields, the taste of guava and the stick of a merciless landlady, and the stick of a merciless landlady, and the voices of grief and the voices of grief for an unseen person's death, my grandfather. When I busied myself making clay toys to avoid those cries. If you ask me why I have been so alien in all my jobs, my mouth will remain shut, but I would definitely open it wide to share my successes and failures I had in all those jobs. How the very first day as a washer, how the very first day as a washer, I cut my hand in a milk bottling factory, or about comments on my young age and short height instead of my teaching capabilities in my short career, and how I sold things at a loss in uncle's shop, about my tactfulness in selling cheap quality watches, about my tactful in selling cheap quality watches to a Kashmiri who even doubted that those watches would continue to tell the time in Jammu before he reached his destination Srinagar, or a depressing story in a ready-to-wear clothes shop, and how theoretically I excelled and practically failed in life insurance company. If you ask me to which city I actually belong, I want to reply. If you ask me to which city I actually belong, I want to reply. But what should be my answer be? But what should be my answer be? The city somewhere in Chitral. The city somewhere in Chitral, where my grandfather arrived as an economic refugee. Or the city of his political refuge in India, Jalandhar. The city of my father's memories, Jamshedpur, to which he craves to visit again and again. The city of my birth, Delhi, from where we were thrown out as unwanted minority, from where we were thrown out as an unwanted minority, or the city where I live now, or any of those cities I visited. I know of no mathematical formula or any law of gravity that could solve the question of a refugee's roots. But let me add, before I subtract my feelings, I felt in love equally with the comforts and discomforts of all my houses. I felt in love equally with the comfort and discomforts of all my houses, as equally I loved my father's failures and successes in all my jobs. As equally, I fell in love with my failures and successes in all my jobs. And do you know why I love the city of my grandfather and my father, the cities where I who knows which of these cities has in its soil my roots? Who knows which of these cities has in its soil my roots? The roots of a refugee. The roots of a refugee. Thank you.
Very touching.
Thank you, Mr. Sabarwal. I'm sure everyone must be yearning for their hometowns now. Thank you. From medieval tales to the modern day stories of many experiences, English literature has always reflected the times it was written. It is a way of understanding the people, places, and ideas that have shaped the English-speaking world. The beauty of English literature also lies in its diversity, as I said earlier. From the witty satire of Jane Austen to the haunting poetry of Sylvia Plath, English literature encompasses a wide range of styles, genres, and voices. It is a reflection of the many different perspectives and experiences that exist within the English speaking world. Next up, we have Shabana Kazi. I hope Miss Kazi is with us. Do we have Shabana Kazi with us?
No,
She's
she
not here.
doesn't seem to be there.
Yeah. Proceed bit.
Okay. So the English language versatility allows musicians, on the other hand, to create lyrics that are both accessible and impactful, helping to connect with audiences on a deep emotional level. Today, English remains the dominant language in many genres of music as well, including pop, rock, hip hop, and country. We have Sehaf Feroz, an engineer by profession. I hope Feroz is here with us.
No, I think he is also not connected.
Again, moving on. Moving on, we have Teresa with us. Do we have Teresa?
Next one, please.
She's not.
English, despite not being the most spoken language in the world by some margin, has become an almost universally accepted lingua franca. And on this note, I would like to call on Naval Kishore Sharma from Moradabad, India. He is a lecturer in a CBC school at Sambhal district in Uttar Pradesh and has many compositions of his published in different magazines and newspapers. He has worked as a co-author in 2 anthologies. He composes poems, songs, ghazals, couplets, sonnets, and so many other genres of literature in Hindi and English both. Mr. Sharma? Mr. Sharma, your mic is off, I guess.
Okay. First of all, good evening, everyone presenting here. And first of all, I want to thank Mr. Tufail ji and Simmi ji, who are serving Hindi and English literature both with full devotion and sincerity. And really, he is praiseworthy organizing this program and giving us opportunity to recite something here. Today, I want to recite my poem, Oh My Dear. This poem was composed on 23rd July this month, the last month. This day is very special to me because my second daughter was born on this day and she is very dear to me, and I devoted this poem to her because I like her so much. And through this poem, I want to aware her about the realities of life, and I want her to face the challenges in her life. Now I begin my poem. Oh my dear, live without fear. Oh my dear, live without fear. Be strong and brave as a bear. Oh my dear, live without fear. Be strong and brave as a bear. Be bold enough to face hardships. bold enough to face hardships, go high and high on all the cliffs. Go high and high on all the cliffs. Life is not a bed of roses. Life is not a bed of roses. Bear on pains such as doses. Life is not a bed of roses. Bear on pains such as doses. Create your world as you wish. Create your world as you wish, but set your goal to accomplish. But set your goal to accomplish. Learn patience and work hard. Learn patience and work hard. Get more knowledge to be your guard. Get more knowledge to be your guard. Don't run after name and fame. Don't run after name and fame. Think your life is not a game. Think your life is not a game. And one more poem I want to share. Listen, oh dear. Listen, oh dear. Don't get fear. Listen, oh dear. Don't get fear. Have courage. Don't shed tear. Have courage. Don't shed tear. You are unique. Never be weak. Second to none. Make a shriek. You are unique. Never be weak. Second to none. Make a shriek. Don't be fool. Don't be fool. Make a rule. Follow yourself. Ever be cool. Follow yourself. Ever be cool. Have a goal. Decide your role. Leave lethargy. Give your whole. Leave lethargy. Give your whole. Do your help. Make no help. Remain firm like an elf. Remain firm like an elf. Thank you very much.
Very nice.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much, sir. Okay.
English is a wonderful
Very
language.
nice, very nice.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
English is a wonderful language. Anyone who has ever studied Wilfred Owen, made their own dress, or studied cinematography, bear with me here, will understand the loveliness of things that when examined and dissected don't lose their charm, but in fact gain something in the greater understanding. Like opening up the back of a pocket watch to see the intricate mechanism inside. That's what the English language is like. That's one of the many reasons it's so worth studying. What's on the surface is pretty enough, but dive in and you'll see that there's so much going on underneath. Now I'd like to call Malina Ghosh. Miss Ghosh is a long-time PLG member. We do have Miss Malina here with us. Miss Malina, she lives in Durgapur and she was born and brought up in Durgapur and currently resides in Oman. She is a freelancer and she's written many English and Bengali pieces. Photography is her passion and has published various articles in renowned magazines. She has learned music from a very young age and her hobbies include singing and decorating. Miss Malina, please.
Hello and good evening all, and thanks for lovely welcome. And must congratulate our young anchor and all the best for your future.
Thank you so
Now
much.
my poem is on love. But what is love? Why do we love? Love is a glue that keeps a relationship strong. And love is the emotion that keeps people bonded and committed one another. But nowadays, love is like a more commercial and digital presentation. We give valuable gifts to show off others and make reels for social media to get likes and comments. Is it love? Love is a strong feelings of warm personal attachment, such as for our elder, parents, child, friends, pets, or any objects. Love is a respect, devotion, and admire. Love comes from the heart, not from the brain or by any planning. Though I am not the love guru, but I love to see love everywhere. Here is my poem. And my poem is also carrying the same message. Love. Love is a beautiful inner expression. It showers from the heart, spreading around like the wind. We like to flow into the love ocean. Love invites all to embrace her. It creates magic in our mind, glitters on our eyes, gives joy to teach others to love. Love is a weapon, pushing us to spread all, lay the love everywhere, and create a new era so that love lives like a flower. This is the message from my poem to all. Thank you.
Very nice.
Thanks.
Very nice.
Very nice.
Very
Very
nice.
nice. Wonderful message.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Malina, you recited in a very calm, composed way. So it was wonderful to hear you. We love you.
Thank you. And
That's
we
a
should
good one,
Splendid.
Seerabalini. That's a good one.
mention the message for all, for love, right?
Good, Malina.
Thank you.
Did you know the English language has its root in the West Germanic language spoken by the Anglo-Saxons in early medieval England? It evolved over time, influenced by Latin and French, as well as other languages during periods of colonization and trade. During the Middle Ages, the English language was shaped by the Norman conquest, which brought Norman French as the language of the ruling classes, and Old English evolved into Middle English. During the Renaissance, the great vowel shift took place and modern English began to emerge. In the 17th and 18th centuries, English became a global language through British imperialism, trade, and the spread of the British Empire. Indeed, a language imprinting through history. Next up, we have Mr. Zoeb Dalal. Mr. Dalal.
Hello, I'm driving. I've not reached home. I told Simiji I'll be there by 8:30. I was out. Can I come after 8:30?
या
Okay.
हाय शुमैला, आप थोड़ी देर के बाद उनको बुला लीजिए. जब तक शबाना जी आ
Okay.
गई हैं उनको बुला लीजिए.
Okay.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone.
Hello Shabana, we can hear you.
Yeah, I'm really sorry I got late.
It's okay.
So I will start with my poem. The name of my poem is Light. So the reason why I chose this title was if we just know about what is happening around, there's a lot of darkness. It comprises of a lot of things, a lot of negativity, a lot of manipulation. So my title for today is Light. So I will just recite my poem. It's on my phone itself. So light is life. It is simply living right. Negativity, depression, and deception are contrary to light. They belong to the dominion of darkness. But darkness is exposed by light. Darkness has no identity. It is just the absence of light. A day without sunshine is like night. It is during our darkest moments that we must focus to see the light. Light is beautiful and powerful. It is love, truth, righteousness, peace, and joy. Darkness cannot drive out darkness. It's only light. Hate cannot drive out hate. It's only love that can. Pampering weakens you. Love creates you. Real love never fails. Only when we are brave enough to explore the darkness will we discover the infinite power of our light. However, even a happy life cannot be without a measure of darkness. The word happy would lose its its meaning if it were not balanced by sadness? Why not dare yourself to become a shining positive light where darkness is the only thing known to drive? A candle loses nothing when it lights another candle. Likewise, shining my light on someone else doesn't diminish mine. So let's be a channel of light to others and impact lives.
That's very nice. A very good message indeed.
Beautiful,
Very, very nice.
Recitation,
And
Shivana.
especially
Great
that word,
message.
that line struck me. That light candle loses no light
Yeah.
by giving light to the others. That's great.
Yes,
line.
yes. Very well said.
Thank you.
English poetry has had an outstanding effect on the world by shining a light on human fears and emotions and revealing the deeper meanings of life. Poetry can release emotions and transform you into a completely different world, which can range anywhere from enchanting to dark and ominous. People use poems around the world to express emotions, and they are constantly evolving. The beauty in English poetry is how unique and diverse it is and the countless interpretations that can come out of it. Emily Dickinson is an American poet who incorporated intense emotions about life and death into her poems. One of her poems, I Felt a Funeral in My Brain, highlights the tragedies in her journey of life, which helps develop the dark mood helped by this poem. She uses grief in the majority of her poems to portray different aspects of her life's experiences. Next up, we have Mr. Narendra Chawla from US. He is a retired lecturer from Delhi University and has composed a lot of Hindi, Punjabi poems and songs, all since he was a boy of 13 years, and is publishing in several Indian as well as international programs. Mr. Chawla, we welcome you with all our heart and love. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you. Am I audible?
Yes, yes.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Very good morning from the pleasant weather of America, Virginia. And first of all, I pay my best regards to PLG, particularly to revive my English poetry. Because gone are
That's
the
great
days.
to hear, Naren ji, because that serves our, purpose and our, our mission and vision that, we want to connect people to literature, and your statement verifies that. That's great to hear.
In 1971, I passed my MA English. And you can think that how many, but mostly I am writing in Hindi, and English has been revived by PLG as well as the Corona period. In India, I was very much free and I wrote so many poems. I made so many drawing articles like this, and this poem is quite away from all the poems. In India, I wrote in 2019, The Age of Cards. The age of cards. Modern life is only worth card. If you don't possess any of these, life becomes too hard. The proof of your identity depends on several cards, such as in India, the most mandatory is Aadhaar card. Then without it, you can't be cremated or buried in the graveyard. This is the value of Aadhaar card. I have seen with my own eyes the same incident. In India, most necessary is government approved for minorities reservation card. Then you must have for banking ATM card, debit card, credit card. No end, but one more card, and that is PAN card and election card, birth card, marriage card, employee, and some more optional cards are such as ration card. You just be attentive to the last line of these cards. Optional cards are as such as ration card, admit card, entrance card, result card, and some rarely used cards are wedding card, greeting card, shopping card, and no one most popular. This is the last word. One most popular, but nowadays outdated, our loving postcard. Thank you.
Very nice, sir. Very nice.
Oh, that's great. That's great. Nice to
This
nice form.
This is the product of mine during Corona time. And now I have specially composed this poem for PLG, Assets. Man's assets is not the property or wealth, which we always consider. This is my asset, this is my... Man's asset is not the property of wealth. Our real asset is our happiness and health. As we all worship always the rising sun, we should never cheat or harm anyone. These things will make and reserve our assets even after death. As we all worship always the rising sun, we should never cheat or harm anyone, but must always love and like everyone. Never divide humanity into a separate part. Remember, God is only one. Don't become smart. Almighty has blessed us with a fixed fate. Almighty has blessed us with a fixed fate. We know our manufacturing date, but don't know our expiry date. God has blessed us nice world, so beautiful. So to the Almighty, be always obliged and grateful. Thank you very much.
Very nice. Very nice.
Very nice. Very nice.
Very.
Thank you very much. God bless you.
The influence of the beauty of the English language on culture is undeniable. From music to film to TV to language, it has become an integral part of the entertainment industry, creating memorable and impactful words that resonate with audiences worldwide. Its versatility, accessibility, and global reach makes it a powerful tool of communication and expression in the 21st century. Now we have Sher Banu Akbari. Roughly 18 years back, she started writing poetry, wherein the local Thursday magazine of Oman published her English poems, and she used to write in the newspaper column called Readers' Forums. She has written around 80 poems, but not a book yet published, as she says. But with such talent, grit, and determination, inshallah, that is an utmost possibility in the near future. Miss Akbari, we welcome you today.
Thank you, Sammelan. It's great to hear you and the inputs you give about the English literature. Good evening to you and welcome to PLG and the core team of PLG and all the viewers, listeners, and all those who are present here. A big hi and salam alaikum, namaskar and adab. Today I present to you a poem which is known as The Lotus. I had written it years back, and when I opened my diary today, I felt like reciting that one. I edited few lines, added few lines. It's a very simple one, but an enchanting one. So here's my presentation to you. The blue water lily is growing by the streams of ancient Nile, beautifully laid out wide, dancing with a smile. Rose the graceful day bloom, bathed in fertile soil, bulby pinks within the seams of large green petals. On it, the delightful dew settles. Lotus, the symbol of purity, within the pond it settles. Thriving on pristine water, looking at its best. Certainly, this aquatic flower is a cut above the rest. The lengthy stems anchored within the swampy earth. The protective covering on petals made it sparkle without dirt. Purple and yellow, all ornamental buds, close up at night. Up again in the morning at the orange sheath of light. This cyclic path of submerged lotus with its latched roots disappearing before dawn. Resurfacing again and again before dusk without a stain. Lotus represents transition from darkness to brightness. Nature silently exhibiting its resilience and oneness. One day, a great storm of a great might struck the water body, uprooting many alive. Dust settled, making the water muddy. The deep-rooted stems now no longer sturdy. The once pristine pondscape turned into a marsh. The enchanting lotus still surviving among conditions so harsh. The core of the divine lotus, symbolizing a drop of tear. Storms it may fear, but it never lost its cheer. A symbolic beauty, intact among the black slush. The sacred lotus flower, still rising with a blush. So that was my presentation. And I'm sure all the poets who recite their poems here feel the same, regenerated, just like a lotus, and smiling and thriving.
Excellent, Sherabanuji. Excellent. Very, very nice.
Very nice. And a good message indeed. Yeah.
Beautiful, Sherabanuji.
Thank you. Thank you so
It was
much.
a great-
I have another
it was a
short
great
poem.
imagery.
Shmela, do I have time for that?
Yes, ma'am.
It's almost on the same lines. It's almost a common message, but a different scenario, a different situation. A simple one again. The travel. I think it quite relates to the one little bit what Mr. Narendra said, and also Shabana said, right, darkness, brightness. My poems too contains the little metaphors of this kind. The golden receding light of the eternal sun say, the orange dusk of life will appear one day. As the sky changes its colorful contrasts, so finally your life, as this travel will be the last. The remaining few breaths will vanish away, just like the last few streaks of golden sunlight sway, signifying the end of light and day. As the earth is eclipsed by darkness, the soul will be journeyed towards brightness. As the new deep blue sky dots itself with stars, so shall man's account be written with remarks. As he counted his each penny in his heydays, accordingly man's deeds will surely be weighed. Our travel of spirit transcends from the globe to the light of the hereafter. The evil you earn, in fire it shall burn. The good you carry will make you merry. O mankind, in that sudden hour, life's button will pause. You or me will not know the cause. Life will go for a toss. Beware of this loss. Oh, thou fragile humanities, there's a superpower always to overpower. Thank you so much, all you dear friends, for listening
Very
out
nice.
there.
Excellent.
Very nice. Very
Very nice.
Excellent, Dear Banuji.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. I see we have Miss Dua Ali with us.
Hi, everyone.
Hi. Miss Dua is a professional ESL instructor, multilingual interpreter, and translator. Her primary languages are Arabic, English, and Spanish. She was born and raised in Cairo, Egypt, and moved to Jeddah, Saudi Arabia, where she taught English and world history in international school for 12 years. She currently resides in Canada, and when she's not teaching English, Ms. Dua enjoys reading and writing poetry in multiple languages. And as I've heard, she really likes Rumi, Al-Khayyam, Gibran, and Khalil Gibran. And all of these attributes in one makes Miss Ali a wholesome parcel of all things good. And as Rumi says, allow me to quote him, "Woman is the light of God," which absolutely what Miss Ali resonates. We welcome you, Miss Ali.
Thank you. Thank you very much for the nice introduction. Thank you. Okay, I will start my poem. The title of my poem is A New Self. At last the sun shines on the gloomy little soul. It melts years of sorrow and emotions ignored. It warms an abandoned self and thaws the dark valleys of the long iced heart, bringing a new dawn full of infinite possibilities. A new dawn of self-love, of healing, of inner peace. A new dawn of the sage era, bidding the judge farewell, writing a new narrative, all of your own, singing a different song, dancing to a self-composed beat, welcoming a new you, a new self you love and adore. So embrace the new you, whole and complete. Embrace the new you and dance to your own beat. Embrace the new you and dim your light no more. Embrace the new you and let your long life love story begin now.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Beautiful.
Beautiful.
Thank
Such
you.
a great message and very motivating. Your
Thank
poem
you.
will lift many morale, definitely.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm so sorry for being late. I was planning to join earlier, but today I overslept, which is something I haven't done for a month.
happens.
I usually wake up really early, even on weekends, but I don't know, this weekend was different. I'm sorry.
So it's great to see you again on the screen, on the PLG screen.
Thank
But that was a
you.
very short poem. Next time we would like to hear more from you.
Yes, sure.
I see we also have Teresa with us, Teresa Miranda. Teresa, do we have you here?
Yes, I'm here.
Teresa is a graduate in commerce who's been living in Oman for the past 28 years and has worked in the finance and the banking sector, a strong woman with 20 years of experience. She is a wonderful mother to two lovely boys. Poetry is her passion. Gardening and volunteering is something that she loves. And her beautiful motto of beginning every day with a smile. Welcome, Teresa.
Hi, sorry for joining so late. There has been a mix-up. I got some calls from work and, I had to reschedule my calendar. But thank you so much for having me here. Now, this poem which I've written is about the lovely country which I call home, Oman. And I had written this about 7 years ago. but it still holds good in every word that I've written. So the title of my poem is Beyond the Realms of Home, an ode to my foster home, Oman. 2 decades and 9 have swiftly gone by. Boarding a flight were my baby and I to venture into a land far away with hopes and big dreams on our foreign array. Surprise I did feel when I landed out here, a beautiful country with people so dear. The heat was intense, but the winters were cold. Green made me wonder, a desert behold. A new life to start with, husband less known, an infant to care for was just so unknown. To add to my gloom, had to cook and to scrub, which wasn't envisaged when I not. But as days moved on, months just flew past. My life seemed to get better. It wasn't chaos. The country I came to soon became home. It was no longer foreign, but my own abode. As I now look forward to moving back home, my thoughts oscillate between native and hosts. Slowly but surely, my heart does belong to the country that fostered and woke up to each dawn. I ponder and wonder what foreign did mean, the one that I left back or live in right now. I feel I should travel and learn about things, for native is foreign and foreign means home. Thank you.
Very
That's
nice.
a good one. That's a good one.
Very good one.
Especially the closing line. And definitely,
Yeah.
people who live in Oman, they definitely get sometimes confused that which one is better.
Yeah, especially when we have lived out of the country more than we have lived in India.
One can never forget Oman.
No,
Exactly.
can never.
The beauty of poetry lies in its innate ability to evoke one's memories and emotions through the soulful engagement of words, sounds, and its encompassing rhythm. It is one of the most intriguing forms of literature that never ceases to enchant and captivate its audience with its power to transform the most mundane of events into a spellbinding experience. But is poetry just mere wordplay, or is it an in depth discourse that gives the opportunity to discover and articulate one's beliefs and values? Unraveling the answers to these very questions, we have Mr. Naren Kumar Sachdeva, who was born and brought up in Amritsar, a land of the legends and many of the great poets and artists whom I personally admire and look up to. Mr. Sachdeva, we welcome you.
Thank you, Shimala. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. So thank you, everybody, and a very good evening to all. So the title of my poem is a tribute to homonyms. Now, homonyms are words which, if you listen to them, they are pronounced in a similar way, but the spelling and the meaning is totally different. I'll give you an example, like tail and tail, T-A-I-L, tail, which all animals have, and T-A-L, tail, a story. So I have played around with homonyms. So please listen to all the words carefully to enjoy my poem.
Yeah.
English is a funny language. Drives me nuts. C-U-T cut, but P-U-T put. So many ifs and buts. I took a good catch and won a match. And when I told my friend one, he said, why not two? What do I do? The other day, while walking I fell in a deep hole, and to my bad luck, I really hurt myself because I fell not partially but whole. The wife romantically told her husband she wants a flower. Am I audible? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, we can.
Okay. The wife romantically told her husband she wants a flower. He got her flower. She didn't even cook and still went sour. There is a lot of background disturbance. Language problems. The husband was from Poland. Tufail bhai, is there a lot of disturbance in the background? Hello?
It's fixed now, please.
Okay. So the wife romantically told her husband she wants a flower. He got a flower. She didn't even cook and still went sour. Language problems. The husband was from Poland. So Polish. His wife took it in a practical way. Now every day her sandals he has to polish. Seeing a beautiful girl, the naughty boy, a whistle he blew. He asked for trouble. He got beaten up badly. Now his face is black and blue. Another smart lad gave a blonde a stare. She whacked him hard and he fell on the stair. The food was not tasty. The husband furiously asked, "This food who made?" The wife naughtily smiled and said, "The maid." The servant picked up a heavy bucket, a pail. The weight was so much that his face turned pale. Many people like seeing TV. They also like eating a cereal while watching a serial. The boy was a seller. To see his stuff, the lady invited him to the cellar. The hungry child kept crying incessantly, but was at peace after eating a cake piece. Husband and wife are supposed to be soulmates, but this couple threw so many shoes at each other and they became soulmates. The plane was on time, and in time he was on board, but they didn't serve any alcohol, so he got bored. While watching the movie scene, he realized that this movie earlier also he has seen. I hope you enjoyed my poem, and as a poet, I played a good role. So just give me a thumbs up, and with my girlfriend, I shall go for a dance. I shall rock and roll, waiting for your expert comments, dears. Thank you. This is playing around with homonyms. Thank you.
Very nice. Yeah. English is definitely a funny language in that way.
Yes. So I'm glad Teresa laughed a lot. I'm glad.
I'm back, Shumaila.
Yes, sir. Mr. Zoeb Dalal is an engineer in academics, but now has a business after he came back from Muscat. His hobbies include fine art, listening to old Hindi songs, reading and reciting Urdu ghazals, and his undying love for English literature. Mr. Dalal, please. Mr. Dalal, your mic is off.
Good evening. Thank you, Shumaila ji, to Felji, Simmi ji, and all the listeners, poets. Very good evening. Everybody has been reciting love and lots of things. And only one person whose poem was on nature was Shere Banuji. That was on lotus. And mine is also on nature. And the title of the poem is Tree. Tree is so important now because all the global warming that we see today is because of cutting of the trees, demolishing jungles. So I thought, what should I write on it? Write the poem on what subject? So I thought, let me try it on tree. So the tree is in first person narration, and it is talking to me. It says, eons ago, I was a small seed. Eons ago, I was a small seed. Man of God, planted me as good deed. Man of God planted me as good deed. Neem is my name. Neem is my name. Remember, there is a Neem society in India. There's what is called as a Neem society. And it takes care of all the neem because neem is the abundant tree all over India. So neem is my name. Cool, but bitter to taste. Medicine to mortals, food for cattle. Wind and rain fed me to grow. Wind and rain fed me to grow as my trunk grew slowly to glow. As my trunk grew slowly to glow. Time was when the land was ruled by kings. Time was when the land was ruled by kings. Land was golden at my age as sapling. Land was golden at my age sapling. As my branches spread out to reach the sky, birds, my friends, birds are my friends, sat on them with nests high. Time went by and I grew large trunk thick. Time went by and I grew large trunk thick. Man and beast sat under my shade, healthy or sick. But wait, time changed, and the king lost to foreign land, or foreign men. Wait, time changed, and king lost to foreign men. They built roads of stones and laid steel to run the trains. Thousands of my brothers lost their lives. Thousands of my brothers lost their lives as change saw ran through their trunks as butter by the knife. As chainsaw ran through their trunks as butter by the knife. Modern world descended upon us for worse. Our abodes, the forests, are gone for curse. Rich buy our land. Rich buy our land. Kill us and dig for gold and coal. Adorn their necks and brighten their home. My friend, Bahugun, my friend, a human, there was one friend of me, was Bahugun, saved us on chipko to trees, he said, for generation. Bahugun was one of the shining star of India. He's died, of course, and he saved so many forests. And he made the tribals to embrace the trees when they come to cut it. And he saved many forests. And the parting shot is, as Nelson Henderson said, the true meaning of life is to plant a tree. The true meaning of the line is to plant a tree under whose shade you do not expect to sit. Under whose shade you do not expect to sit. And then again, Warren Buffett said, someone is sitting in the shade today. Someone is sitting in the shade today because someone is planted a tree. Thank you very much if you liked it.
Very, very nice and very thought-provoking.
Thank you so much.
Very well done, sir.
Thank you.
We also have Mr. Feroz with us, who's joined us now. Mr. Feroz is an engineer by profession who has spent his entire childhood in Bahrain and has worked in Dubai for 16 years in various technical and product development fields. He writes poems in Hindi, English, and his mother tongue, Gujarati. Mr. Feroz.
Yeah, thank you so much for the introduction. And I've been in the PLG group for the past 7 to 8 months, and I've been given this platform a couple of times. And it was indeed, great to learn a lot from the rest of the poets. And this improved my poetry. Today, 5th of August is a very important day for me. I was blessed with a daughter today. So the title of my poem is going to be Daughter. And I've used my daughter, but it is a generic term. It is for all the daughters in this world. So I'm going to recite this poem. It starts like this. To those chauvinists who prevail over sane, gone are those dark ages of human reign. Gone is the ritual of cursing fate on birth of a girl child. Gone is the masculine ego that considered feminine mild. The millennial world edges towards equality. Discarding gender bias, it worships quality. My daughter, like others that live in this age, she intends to rise and write her own page. Her birth is a blessing that has grown with time. She has made me proud with joys that rhyme. My emotional quotient have risen from her birth. Her being my daughter has made my life worth. How my 7-year-old girl waited on doorsteps for me to come. Offering glass of water, she hugged me to some. Her dinner and breakfast were done sitting on my lap. My hands fed her, cooling the hot curry in gap. Her laugh, her cry, and her antics in my sight of a childhood that makes my memories bright. And how time has passed that grew her tall. Now, I follow her advice to reach my goal. Girls mature early than boys for sure. They show path offering every problem's cure. A daughter plans with discipline to carry her task. She works tirelessly without any favor to ask. A cook, a cleaner, a learner, my daughter. Brave like mountain and at times placid like water. For daughter, a father could write many odds. And a group may feel bored to hear this load. But this love for a daughter cannot stop a father to show his emotions that eagerly prop. She stands to defend me against all odds and prays for my well-being to Almighty God. Daughters have crafted history with their act for ages to shed tears on their fact. A wailing Rukaiya dies on her father's head, and Princess Krishna offers life to father's aid. A daughter with age plays many roles. A sister, or mother, or a nurse on father's call. May the Almighty bless every father with a daughter. For she opens heaven's gate for a father to shelter. Thank you so much.
Very nice.
Very nice. Very
nice.
beautiful.
Very nice.
Pray for my daughter. It's her birthday today. She's
Happy birthday.
Many happy returns of the day.
Thank you so much. She's 15.
What's her name? What's her name?
Zahabia. Zahabia.
Zahabia.
Happy birthday to
Golden,
Zahabia.
golden. Zahabia is
Many,
golden.
many happy returns of the day. Happy birthday.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Heartiest congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Congratulations to you and to your daughter as well. Lovely
Thank you.
hearing the poem.
Just pray for her well-being. That's
Yeah,
what I would.
sure, why not?
Thank you.
Sure.
Next up, we have Pramila Krishnan. Miss Pramila started writing from her school days, and she has published various poems in international magazine and aspires to release her first publication of poetry soon. Miss Krishnan.
Hello, good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
I am not going to take much of your time. I'm going to just right away start my poem. Now that I'm there in India, especially in Bangalore, hell lot of rain. It was raining like cats and dogs. So here is a poem which is raining my thoughts. The rain brought in the lovely thoughts in my mind. So here goes my poem. Raining Thoughts, that's the title. The smell of muddy water drew me to the windows to see in ecstasy the celebration of nature's bestow. She stood drowned, washing away the dust to hues of brightness, Beautiful nature was dancing a joyful step in full freshness. I stood gazing with coolness in my side, with warm thoughts raining in my mind. The sound of the rain and the roaring wind knocked on the doors of my sweet memories. One beautiful thought of my past got arrested. To relive those golden days with my parents and siblings, a world of our own filled with love and joy, rainy days with warm clothes wrapped with warmth of love. Those relishing crispy treats of our dear mom with hot tea, the wooden dining table was all set with eateries, waiting for our dear dad, we ruck in eagerness for a chit-chat and chai in the evening with family. Pleasantries by my siblings cleverly brought forth, the naughty deliberation of the day, sounds of laughter of our dear parents was an approbation as equal to an award. In a trance, my thought retired to reality as the rain stopped with no roar of wind. Though calmness pervaded in the nature, my wonderful thought flew away, creating chaos and a void. That's it. Thank you.
Very nice, Pramila ji. Excellent.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you, Narenji. Thank you so much.
Bangalore is always pouring. It's very nice.
Yeah, exactly.
We all can feel the rain.
Rain of thoughts is a really unique idea.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thanks a lot.
And with rains, there is immense greenery also.
Yes, you're right.
Now we
Thank you so much. Nice coming back to home sweet home. Thank you so much for this opportunity, and I look forward to come back again here.
Yeah, nice
Thank
to
you.
see you back in action. You
Thank
have
you
been
so
the
much.
erstwhile
Bye-bye.
member
Good
of the
night.
PLG.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm here. Okay. Thank you, Tufel-ji. Thank you so much. Thank you all.
Now we have our magazine display by Vibha Tiwari. Can we please have the magazine display, our PLG magazine.
Yeah. थैंक यू सुमेला जी, और बहुत ही अच्छी आप निजामत कर रही हैं। बहुत ही अच्छा आज का प्रोग्राम हो रहा है, और माफी चाहती हूँ आज मेरा कनेक्शन अनस्टेबल है, तो मैं मोबाइल से जुड़ पा रही थी। और ये हमारा मैगजीन है, एंड फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल ब्लेसिंग्स टू बर्थडे गर्ल फिरोज जी, आपकी बेटी को बहुत बहुत शुभकामनाएं।
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you so much.
And then we have a very special magazine of a collection of stories, and we have named it कहानी सुनो। So बहुत ही खूबसूरत इसमें कहानियां हैं, हिंदी की कहानियां हैं, अंग्रेजी की कहानियां हैं, और कहानियों जितनी दिलचस्प कहानियां हैं और जितने अलग अलग वो इमोशंस और मटेरियल लेके आती हैं, विषय वस्तु लेकर आती हैं, उतनी ही खूबसूरत हमारे जो मीडिया प्रभारी होते हैं वो रिपोर्ट तैयार करते हैं। और इस बार का रिपोर्ट हमारे वरिष्ठ मीडिया मैनेजर श्री अनुपम कुमार पाठक जी ने तैयार किया है, जिसमें हर कहानी, जितनी भी कहानियां पढ़ी गई थी, सबका एक छोटा सारांश है, एक छोटा सा दर्शन है और उसकी शिक्षा है। और उसके बाद हमारे ऑनरेबल चीफ गेस्ट जो पिछले सप्ताह के थे, सैयद साहिल आगा साहब, हम सब जानते हैं कि वो एक महान व्यक्तित्व हैं, एक वृहद व्यक्तित्व हैं। तो उनका परिचय मैं क्या लिखती, तो उनका परिचय विकिपीडिया पर उपलब्ध है। बहुत से इनाम, बहुत से खिताब किस्सा गोई में उनको मिले हैं और कहानी सुनाने की जो कला है, किस्सा गोई जिसे कहते हैं, उसमें उनको महारत हासिल है। पद्म पुरस्कारों तक की पहुंच है उनकी और आप सब जरूर पढ़ें, उनका साहित्य भी पढ़ें, सैयद साहिल आगा साहब का भी साहित्य पढ़ें और उसके बाद इस मैगजीन को भी पढ़ें जिसमें हमारे कहानीकारों ने, पीएलजी के कहानीकारों ने अपनी कहानियां लिखी हैं। और उसके बाद हमारे गेस्ट ऑफ ऑनर साहब थे और हमारी रश्मि मानसी घानी जी, एंकर ऑफ द डे, उन्होंने बहुत ही खूबसूरत निजामत की थी। और उसके बाद हमारी कहानियां हमारे कहानीकारों की, पीएलजी के, सब इसमें संकलित की गई हैं, हिंदी की और अंग्रेजी की कहानियां, और कुछ इंस्पायरिंग है, कुछ इमोशनल है और कुछ यूं ही घटनाओं को समेटती हुई जो जीवन के किसी पहलू को छू जाती हैं। और उसके बाद आगामी कार्यक्रमों की झलक और हमारे प्रतिभागी लेखकों की सूची है इस मैगजीन में। और ये जो पत्रिका है ये समर्पित है, डेडिकेटेड है हमारे पीएलजी के साहित्य सेवियों को, साहित्य प्रेमियों को, जो अपने कीमती समय में से बहुत ज्यादा कीमती समय बनाते हैं, पीएलजी से जुड़कर, साहित्य से जुड़कर कुछ नया सृजन करते हैं, कुछ सीखते हैं, कुछ सिखाते हैं, लोगों को इंस्पायर करते हैं। सो बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद, मेनी थैंक्स सुमेला जी।
कवर किसने बनाया था? कवर करने की दिखाया आपने?
ओ क्षमा, माफ कीजिएगा सर, कवर प्रीति तिवारी जी ने बनाया था और इसको एक वेबसाइट के द्वारा बहुत ही खूबसूरत तरीके से इसको डिजाइन किया गया। मैं आज थोड़ा सा मैं ये बोलना भूल गई, क्षमा चाहती हूँ। इसको एक वेबसाइट के द्वारा इसके हेडिंग को और इसके जो बेस पे ये जो लिखा हुआ है स्टोरी टेलर्स का की संख्या, इसको एक जोड़ा गया है। और प्रीति तिवारी जी की तस्वीर अंदर है यहाँ पर। प्रीति तिवारी जी बहुत ही खूबसूरत कलाकार हैं और वो बहुत ही सुंदर तस्वीरें बनाकर मैगजीन्स के लिए अक्सर भेजा करती हैं। वो पीएलजी के कवर पेज पे अक्सर रहती हैं। तो धन्यवाद प्रीति जी इस सुंदर तस्वीर के लिए। और धन्यवाद सर याद दिलाने के लिए, मैं ये बोलना भूल गई थी प्रीति जी का नाम। हमारे कलाकार जो है वो बहुत ही दिल से, तल्लीनता से बनाते हैं तस्वीरें और हमारे मैगजीन के कवर के थीम के हिसाब से उसको जोड़कर भेजते हैं। तो आपका बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद प्रीति जी। सुमेला जी, आप, सुमेला जी, stage is yours.
Beauty of poetry is that it is speech and words and word. Euphony is the beauty of words, and we should all desire to speak euphonies with at least the same intensity with which we might have once desired illicit pairs. After all, how are we to proclaim the gospel or praise God for having made grass, or praise the grass for glorifying God, or praise the love of our partners and the courage of the saints if we do not love the beauty of words or the beauty of poem? There is no way to speak of such things truthfully or goodly if we do not also do so beautifully. And as said, the best is saved for the last. We have Mr. Anupam Kumar Pathak from New Delhi, India. He has been actively associated with private concerns for last 32 years and has recently retired from there on January 2021. Since then, he has associated himself as corporate affairs and a legal consultant. He writes in English and Hindi, with Hindi being his mother tongue, and aspires to able to acquire the ability and excellency of both languages. We welcome you, sir.
Thank you, Shamila. First of all, very beautiful anchoring. You have bound us so well that from one poem to another and in between, Shamila was there, like a necklace of the whole program as such. Very good. Shamila, you must appreciate this fact that English is not mother tongue of any of the poets who are on the dais, but we express so well, as the fans have said, that to express, you need a language. And it reminds me of my teacher who said that if you can express in that language in which you can talk to yourself. So whenever you want to express in any language, you should first learn how to talk to yourself. Having said that, it was a melody of emotions today. It started with an ode, celebration of birthdays, etc. It was, and not to forget the play of words in the form of homonyms. It was trees, etc. And not to forget the lotus. It was the icing on the cake. So it was, in fact, blooming of what Tufalji said. We all had a very beautiful expression in English itself. Now, no doubt, God is great, no doubt. He has shown a very varied emotions as such. As we are celebrating birthdays also, today for me also this particular 5th of August is a very, very emotional day because today, 11 years ago, I lost my father. So remembering him, I'm dedicating my poem, Peace, to him as such, remembering him throughout the day as I wrote this poem. The title of my poem is Still Can't Believe. Yes, still can't believe. I still can't believe that you are no more. For I feel you perpetually near, closer than ever before. How naive, how blind was I? How naive, how blind was I, not to have grasped the value of having you by my side, and pursued my nomadic pursuits, some essential, others not, and let the treasure slip by. While I fumed, fretted and fought, your absence has since proved them all not. Only your love essence lingers, rest is mere mist. Some voids are hard to fill. They merge with life and persist still. The path we travel, our once trod, etches memory beyond words, imprints movements deep and wide. Life is a journey, a singular ride, to regret little in life. Oh, I wish at birth we are endowed with wisdom, age gleams unbored. As then, life's boat would have been better told. To my sunset I shall carry. To my sunset I shall carry the memories that lay embedded in me as fresh as morning dew, of hands that wove through my hair and kiss that evaporated my blues away. For with them you remain alive in me, with my beating heart perpetually. For I feel you closer than ever before. Thank you.
A great remembrance, Anupamji, a great remembrance.
Very touching, very touching.
Very good, sir.
And Shumaila, as you said, that I am not the last poet. I can't be the last poet just because we have been hearing you so well. And I would like to seek Tufalji's permission to invite you. So we want to hear your emotions also. So please show us your other aspect That is the poetic side. I think so that will be much better than what you did exceptionally well today.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you for your kind words. Since it's my first time anchoring, I really didn't have any idea that I'd also be called upon for this. But looking at everything that, all the love and all the wishes that I've gathered today, this beautiful evening, it reminds me of one of the poems of Rabindranath Tagore that is very, very close to my heart, and I would like to take the opportunity to recite it today. It's one of my favorite poems, and I think all of us here will be able to resonate with it. It's called Where the Mind is Without Fear. Where the mind is without fear and the head is held high.
Man, we are the poem. I want to live there.
Where knowledge is free, where the world has not been broken up into fragments by narrow walls, where worlds come out from the depth of truth, where tireless striving stretches its arms towards perfection, where the clear stream of reason has not lost its way into the dreamy desert sand of dead habit, where the mind is led forward by thee into ever widening thought and action. Into that heaven of freedom, my Father, let my country awake. Thank you, sir.
Really nice, Shumaila, but then we were expecting your own creation. Next time, do join and please share your creation.
Sir, absolutely. Thank you. Now, I would like to call upon Simi Auntie for a vote of thanks, as I believe we are over with our participants and reciters for the day. Ma'am, your mic is off.
Thank you, Shumaila. Good evening, namaskar, adab. Today's program, PLG 176 English Special, was a really special program. All scholar poets from various countries participated and made this evening so memorable. Each one recited their poem beautifully. A wonderful evening where we thoroughly enjoyed different types of poetries. Our anchor of the day, Miss Shumaila, was excellent. It was her first time anchoring in PLG podium, and she was brilliant. It's great to see a young talent in Shumaila shining like a star in her role as an anchor. Shumaila's agility in her expressions and her ability to keep her audience entertained was commendable. The seamless transitions between poets and engaging information about English literature and its history added a special touch to the event. Thank you so much, Shumaila, Miss Shumaila. We are grateful to all the poets for bringing such beautiful creation to the stage today. Your passion and commitment have contributed to the success of this event. Thank you for being with us tonight and being the milestones of this wonderful journey tonight. Thank you so much, Dr. Meeta ji, Hardeep ji, Shabana ji, Naval ji, Malina ji, Naren Chawla ji, Shere Banu Akbari ji, Dua Ali ji, Teresa ji, Dr. Niren ji, Zoeb ji, Shah Firoz ji, Pramila ji, Anupam Pathak ji, and Miss Shumaila. I would like to thank Global President Tufal ji. I would like to thank Global Vice President Satish ji, Anupam Ramesh Kinga ji. I would like to thank Global Head Social Media Kapil Batra ji for media report. I would like to thank Kapil Batra ji, Anupam Ramesh Kinga ji, Anupam Kumar Pathak ji, and Shere Banu ji. For magazine, I would like to thank Chief Editor Vibha ji, Hindi Editor Punima ji, Art Design Editor Dr. Shalini ji. I would like to thank all Regional President Vibha ji, Executive Councillor Sharad ji, Khalid ji, Manorma ji, Dr. Meeta ji, Aniruddha ji for Mulaqat. I would like to thank Anupam Ramesh Kinga ji for certificates. I would like to thank Manowar ji for CTL. I would like to thank Zoeb ji for poster and video. I would like to thank Amir and Arif Tufel. I would like to thank all the mentors. Satish ji, Braj Kishore ji, Kapil Batra ji, Ram Sarup Dikshi ji, Mustaq Sadaf ji. I would like to thank all viewers who are watching through the YouTube. Thanks to each and everyone. See you tomorrow at 7:30 p.m. Indian time in Mulaqat. Our guest will be very talented poetess from India, Miss Vaishnavi Ved. And host will be PLG GVP Anupam Ramesh Kinga ji. Till then, good night, Shubh Ratri, Sabah Khair.
And with that, signing off.